Hi everyone, this is the Jurassic Gamer, and as you know of, today, May 12th, it is Tom Sens's 80th anniversary. It's quite a big feat, would you say? So, as a my way of showing appreciation for the 80 years of this franchise, I'm gonna read the first book from the original 26. So, let's get into it. So, as you can see, we have all of these books. And Alex, welcome to the chat. And as you see, we have all of the original 26 in this big book. I will only be reading the first one because as much as I would love to read every single one of them, it would probably be like a 2 hour long stream, wouldn't it? So we'll just start simple and go with the 3 railway engines. Also, sorry, that's my dog in the background. So there's a foreword about the creation of this book and all the original stories. I will unfortunately not be reading because I'm too lazy to. But mostly what this is saying is it's a letter to Wilbur Audrey to his son. So yeah. So let's hop into it. The 3 railway engines. Give me a sec. I need to turn off my light because there's a bad glare. Much better. Let me try this. I think this is better lighting. Still a bit of a glare. Oh well. 3 railway engines. Starting off with Edward's Day Out. Once upon a time, there was a little engine called Edward. He lived in a shed with 5 other engines. They were all bigger than Edward and boasted about it. The driver won't choose you again, they said. He wants big, strong engines like us. Edward had not been out for a long time and began to feel sad. Just then, the driver and fireman came along to work. The driver looked at Edward. "Why are you sad?" he asked. "Would you like to come out today?" "Yes, please," said Edward. So the fireman lit the fire and made a nice lot of steam. The driver pulled the lever, and Edward puffed away. "Peep, peep," he whistled. "Look at me now." The others were very cross, being left behind. Away went Edward to get some coaches. "Be careful, Edward," said the coaches. "Don't bump and bang us around like the other engines do." So Edward came up to very, very gently and the shunter fastened the coupling. "Thank you, Edward," said the coaches. "That was very kind. We are glad you are taking us today." Then they went into the station where the people were waiting. "Peep, peep," whistled Edward. "Get in quickly, please." So the people got in quickly, and Edward waited happily for the guard to blow his whistle and wave his green flag. He waited and waited. There was no whistle, no green flag. "Peep, peep, peep, peep. Where is the guard?" Edward was getting anxious. The driver and fireman asked the station master, "Have you seen the guard?" "No," he said. They asked the porter, "Have you seen the guard?" "Yes, last night," said the porter. Edward began to get cross. "Are we ever going to start?" he said. Just then a little boy shouted, "Here he comes!" And the guard was running down the hill with his flags in one hand and the sandwich in the other. He ran onto the platform, blew his whistle, and jumped into his van. Edward puffed off. He did have a happy day. All the children ran to wave it and went past to meet his old friends at all the stations. He worked so hard that the driver promised to take him again the next day. "I'm going out again tomorrow," the other engines that night at the sheds. What do you think of that? But he didn't hear what they thought, for he was so tired and happy that he fell asleep at once. Alright, so that's the first one. We're on to the next one. Edward and Gordon. One of the engines in Edward's shed was called Gordon. He was very proud. Oh, you watch me tomorrow. Shit. Sorry, let's retry that again. Edward and Gordon. One of the engines in Edward's shed was called Gordon. He was very big and very proud. You watch me this afternoon, little Edward, he boasted, as I rush through with the express. That will be a splendid sight for you. Just then, his driver pulled the lever. Goodbye, little Edward, said Gordon as he puffed away. Look out for me this afternoon. Edward went off too, to do something. Edward liked shunting. It was fun playing with trucks. He'd come up quietly and give them a pull. Oh, 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 screamed the trucks. Whatever is happening? Then he would stop and they eat and bump into each other. Oh, 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 they cried again. Edward pushed them until they were running nicely, and when they weren't inspecting it, he would stop. One of them was sure to run into the other line. Edward played till there were no more trucks, and then he stopped to rest. Presently, he whistled. Gordon was puffing along very slowly and very crossly. Instead of nice shining coaches, he was pulling a lot of very dirty coal trucks. A good strain, a good strain, a good strain, he grumbled. The shame of it, the shame of it. He went slowly through with the trucks clattering and banging behind him. Edward laughed and went to find some more trucks. Soon afterwards, a porter came to spoke to his driver. Gordon can't get up the hill. Would you take Edward and push him, please? They found Gordon halfway up the hill and very cross. His driver and fireman were talking to him severely. You're not trying, they told him. I can't do it, said Gordon. The noisy trucks hold an engine back so. If there were coaches now, clean, sensible things that come quietly, that would be different. Edward's driver came down. We've come to push, he said. No use at all. You wait and see, said Edward's driver. They brought the train back to the bottom of the hill. Edward came up behind in the brake van and ready to push. Peep, peep, I'm ready, said Edward. Poop, poop, no good, grumbled Gordon. The guard blew his whistle, and they pulled and pushed as hard as they could. I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, puffed Gordon. I will do it, I will do it, I will do it, puffed Edward. I can't do it, I will do it, I can't do it, I will do it, I can't do it, I will do it, they puffed together. Edward pushed and puffed pushed as hard as he could, and almost before he realized it, Gordon found himself at the top of the hill. I've done it! I've done it! I've done it! He said proudly, and forgot all about Edward pushing behind. He didn't wait to say thank you, but ran, and so fast he passed 2 stations before his driver could make him stop. Edward had pushed so hard that when he got to the top, he was out of breath. Gordon ran so fast that Edward was left behind. The guard waved and waved, but Edward could catch up. He ran out to the station, into the next station, and there the driver and fireman said they were very pleased with him. The fireman gave him a nice drink of water, and the driver said, I'll get out my paint tomorrow and give you a beautiful new coat of blue with red stripes. Then you'll be the smartest engine in the shed. Next, the sad story of Henry. Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel and squeaked through its funnel and never came out again. The engine's name was Henry. His driver and fireman argued with him, but he would not move. "The rain'll spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes," he said. The guard blew his whistle till he had no more breath, and waved his flags till his arms ached. But Henry stayed in the tunnel and blew steam at him. "I'm not going to spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes for you," he said rudely. And the passengers came and argued too, but Henry would not move. A fat director who was on the train told the guard to get a rope. We will pull you out," he said. But Henry only blew steam and made him wet. They hooked the rope on and pulled, except for the fat director. "My doctor has forbidden me to pull," he said. They pulled and pulled and pulled, but Henry still stayed in the tunnel. They tried pushing from the other end. The fat director said, "1, 2, 3, push!" But it did not help. "My doctor has forbidden me to push," he said. They pushed and pushed, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. At last, another train came. The guard waved a flag and stopped it. The two engine drivers and 2 firemen and 2 guards went and argued with Henry. Look, it had stopped raining," they said. "Yes, but it'll begin again," said Henry. "And what will become of my green paints and stripes then?" So they brought the other engine up and pushed it, and it pushed and puffed and pushed as hard as it ever could. But still Henry stayed in the tunnel. So they gave up. They told Henry, "We shall leave you there for always and always and always." They took up the old rails and built a wall in front of him and cut a new tunnel. Now Henry can't get out and watches the trains rushing through the new tunnel. He is very sad because no one will ever get to see his lovely green paint and red stripes again. But I think he deserved his punishment. Don't you? Alright, that was a sad story for Henry. And now we're on to the last story. Edward, Gordon, and Henry. Edward often went through the tunnel where Henry was shut up. Edward would say, "Peep, peep, hello, hello." Shit. Gordon would say, "Poop, poop, poop." "Serves you right." Poor Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out, and soot and dirt from the tunnel roof had spoiled his lovely green paint and red stripes. He was cold and unhappy, and wanted to come out to get him pulled too. Gordon always pulled the express. He was very proud of being the only engine strong enough to do it. There were many heavy coaches, full of important people, like the fat director who had punished Henry. Gordon was seeing how fast he could go. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he panted. "Truck, trickety truck, trickety truck," said the coaches. Gordon could see Henry's tunnel in front. "In a minute," he thought, "I'll poop poop at Henry and rush through and come out to open again." Closer and closer he came. He was almost there when crack! Wheesh! He was in a cloud of steam and going slower and slower. His driver stopped the train. "What has happened to me?" asked Gordon. "I feel so weak." "You've burst your safety valve," said the driver. "You can't pull the train any more." "Oh dear," said Gordon. We were going so nicely too." "Ugh, look, Henry, laughing at me." Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke at him. Everybody came out to see Gordon. "Humph," said the fat controller. "I've never liked these engines. Always going wrong. Send for another engine at once. While the guard went to find one, they uncoupled Gordon and ran him on the siding out of the way. The only engine left in the shed was Edward. I'll come try, he said. Gordon saw him coming. That's no use, he said. Edward can't pull the train. Edward pulled and puffed and puffed and pulled, but he couldn't move the heavy cars. I told you so, said Gordon rudely. Why not let Henry try? Yes, said the Fat Controller, I will. Will you help pull this train, Henry? He asked. Yes, said Henry at once. So Gordon's driver and fireman lit his fire. Some plate layers broke down on the wall and put the rails and put back the rails. And when he had steam, Henry puffed out. He was dirty. His boiler was black, and he was covered with cobwebs. Oh, I'm stiff. Oh, I'm stiff, he groaned. You'd better have a run to eat your joints and find a turntable, said the fat director kindly. Henry came back. Oh, 1 second, I'm recording something.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, sorry. Henry came back feeling better, and they put him in the front. Peep, 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 said Edward. I'm ready. Peep, 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 said Henry. So am I. Pull hard, pull hard, pull hard, puffed Edward. We'll do it, we'll do it, we'll do it, puffed Henry. Pull hard, we'll do it, pull hard, we'll do it, pull hard, we'll do it. They puffed together. The heavy coaches jerked and began to move, slowly at first, then faster and faster. We've done it together, we've done it together, we've done it together, said Edward and Henry. You've done it, hooray! You've done it, hooray! You've done it, hooray! They sang the coaches. All the passengers were excited. The Fat Controller leaned out of the window to wave at Edward and Henry, but the train was going so fast his hat blew off in a field where a goat ate it for his tea. They never stopped till they came back to the big station at the end of the line. The passengers all got out and said thank you to the fat director and the fat director promised Miss Henry a new coat of paint. Would you like blue? Yes, please, said Henry. Then I'll be like Edward. Edward and Henry went home quietly on their way with Gordon back to the shed. All three engines are now great friends. Wasn't Henry pleased when he had his new coat? He is very proud of it, and as all good engines are, he doesn't mind the rain now, because he knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is not to run into dust, but to ask his driver to rub him down when the day's work is over. And that is the end of the 3 railway engines. I hope you've all enjoyed. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sign off. So, see y'all next time. Peace! Shit, how do I end this?